Namanda, 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 namanda.
Good morning. Welcome to today's family service. My name is Barbie Wong, and I will be your chairperson today. We will begin this morning's service with Sambujo on pages 24 and 25. We will now have Sutra chanting, Sei Ge, on page 93.
Sei Ge 가시 조은소 요쇼조지포 극교미쇼모 세후조쇼가 미요진쇼네 조예슈원교 시그무조로 이쇼텐이시 이니키엔다이고 부쇼무사이도 쇼조산구묘 고사이주야구난 가이지에겐 메시콘모한 에이소조아구노 스란센슈몬 고소조만소 이요로지고 니치가스슈즈기 겐고온부겐 이슈카이오소 고세구도고 요오다이슈주 세포시시구 구요이사이분 구석주도원 간내신조만 도리산가요 요무스무예시 스라스니 부쇼 간가구에이 도시사이쇼송 시간약고가 야이센오간도 고쿠쇼테니 오지요게
Please stand for the Gatha, Obon, Obon, it's festival day, on pages 186 and 187. Practice for next Sunday, and remain standing for the reading of the three treasures on page 8. So 186, 187.
treasures on page 8. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not realize the truth in this life, when will it be realized? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we absorb ourselves in the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves the supreme will. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we be submerged in the depths of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we live in harmony in the great assembly as disciples of Buddha and be freed from all hindrances, becoming units of true accord in the life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Please be seated.
Now Reverend Fujimoto will share a Dharma message with us.
Namanda, 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 Namanda. Good morning, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. Okay. So today we're going to talk about a way of seeing. January 1st, I was required to go to DMV to get my new license and everything you can do online, but I had to take my vision test. Okay, so I had to get there early. I made an appointment so I wouldn't have to wait too long, and did my eye test, and pretty much went very well, like I expected. But I had to wear my glasses. So it's going to be now, from now on my license, that I'm required to wear these glasses. So I'll have to carry them all the time. So until my birthday, I don't have to carry them. So this is a DMV eye test. And being summer, I wear sunglasses a lot now. So Charmin has these kinds of sunglasses, and we wear them, and she's very protective of my vision, and you know, we're getting older in age to just watch out, protection. And so these are nice because they can go over your glasses, right? And you can wear your glasses and your sunglasses, right? So a couple of years ago, there was just some cut on TV. I think it was the Saturday Night Live people, right? And they're doing this skit on elders, and all of them had these glasses on. So 6 of them, they're talking to each other, and really makes you feel like, you know, you're one of the elders in the community now, right? So, but they are helpful, and we try to keep them. Sometimes they're missing from this car, and then they're all in the other car, and not so easy, okay? So what's this connect to Buddhism? Buddhism has us view one world, okay? And this is a distinction. Other religions, Christianity, Islam religion, they'll have us consider the two worlds, okay? This world we live in now and the world we enter when we pass away. Okay, like there's a reward if you live a good life, or you have a second chance to go to heaven, something like that, right? A reward, not just this physical realm, but another spiritual realm that you go to, a different, separate world. So there's two worlds in other religions, and Buddhism is telling us this world, okay? There was a sensei in Los Angeles named Reverend John Doami. I don't know if you had met him or heard of him, but in his newsletter articles, he would always entitle it A Way of Seeing, A Way of Seeing, okay? So the historical Buddha, Shakyamuni, when he had his awakening experience, he awakened to recognize the flow of all things. Everything is constantly changing. Nothing lasts forever. And we say this again and again, right? So in this, he's recognizing a different way to see what he had always seen, right? Everything is constantly changing. And in that change, everything is renewing and refreshing, okay? The river is not just the river. This water is not the same as this water. Everything is changing. Each breath. Our lives are constantly changing. And so he's able to see this same world in a different way, okay? Not moving away from my life now and going to an enlightened realm, okay? This same world, to see it in a different way. So for him, this world of suffering, world of samsara, became the world of nirvana, okay? He didn't go somewhere else, right? He had a different way to see all things. So his concern is addressing this life, this world, not two worlds, not to get somewhere else over there, right? Okay, so when you read about the Buddha's teachings, we always read here, life is suffering, and how to get away from this suffering, how to alleviate that suffering, right? So this is what he's teaching, getting us to be free of the suffering by seeing things properly. Okay. So we've heard the story of the poison arrow, and I'd like to share that with you, okay? This is the parable of the poison arrow. One day, one of Shakyamuni Buddha's disciples asked the teacher about some metaphysical issues. He was asking about the existence of a soul, a world after death, eternal life, okay? And the Buddha answered the disciple that he's not concerned with metaphysical issues, okay? He thought it was a waste of time to deal with these. These are questions that you ponder, and there's no yes or no, right or wrong answers. Okay, you think about them, consider them, but this is a waste of time. It's got nothing to do with your life now. So he told his disciple this story. Suppose a man is wounded by a poisoned arrow. His friends bring him to a doctor. And suppose the man would say, I will not let this arrow be taken out until I know who shot me. What is his name? Is he from the warrior caste, or is he from the priestly caste? I'll not let this arrow be taken out until I know the kind of bow with which it was shot, the kind of bowstring that was used, the kind of poison that was put on the arrow. And he keeps asking many questions like these. The man is going to die without knowing the answer to any of these questions. For the man, the only important issue is to eliminate the poison arrow, to take it out. Okay, so we hear this story again and again. So the Buddha tells his disciple, in the same way, I'm concerned only with the existence of suffering and its elimination. I'm not concerned with any other questions. So he doesn't go off thinking about the next life, is there a God or not? He doesn't answer those questions. He leaves that blank. Okay. So as we live, we become accustomed to seeing through these ignorant eyes self-centered eyes, okay? Eyes that are self-centered, possessive, and full of attachments. And so this prevents us from seeing this natural flow, okay? So gradually, by coming to the temple, reading things, listening to the things, we're led to view the world through awakened eyes. Okay, aware of our interconnection with all things, becoming humble and compassionate by seeing ourselves in this way, by seeing how we are similar, the same. We become humble. I'm not better than you. He's not better than someone else. Okay, we see each other as equal, and so we become humble. So this is how Shakyamuni saw the world. And Shindan, very similarly, he saw all the suffering all around him. There's war and famine going on. He had to leave his family. His parents died early, and he went to live a monastic life, right? And after years and years of study, what became important to him was this awakening experience, to be able to see this flow of life. This here is what we call Shinjin, to have our Shinjin awakening. And this is equivalent to birth in the Pure Land. Okay? So this awareness that we come to is re-experience, and it ever deepening. You come to this awareness once, twice, 3 times, 10 times, daily, you come to this awakening, okay? To remind ourselves, we revert to our self-centeredness, but we also can see bits and pieces of this flowing, changing nirvana. Okay? So this comes to a big question, right? Does birth in the Pure Land happen in this life or after death? We have people who think both ways, one or the other, or maybe both at the same time, right? So what do you think? What is your conclusion? What have you decided? You read all these things, you listen to all these stories, Dharma talks here and there. Yeah. What resonates with you? What makes sense with you? We had a sensei here for 30 years. Sacramento, same story. Senshin, same story. 30 years means a lot of their members had one teacher most of their lives, right? So what was the conclusion that was given? It's the Pure Land. In this life or in the next life? What was the conclusion? See? I'm not saying anything about our sensei. I'm talking about you guys. What did you hear? Deep listening is our practice. So what did you hear after 30 years? Right? I think it was last year I invited Reverend Ken Yamada, and as he talked to you, I remember he was saying, the awakening, talking about the getting to the Pure Land, awakening experience in this life. And he said it like that, in this life. Okay? So he's not Nishi Honganji, he's Higashi Honganji. Okay? So if Reverend Fujimoto's no more, you get a brand new minister. Oh, Alameda needs a new minister. Let's assign Reverend so-and-so. He just got here from Japan. Okay? What's his perspective going to be? He's going to tell you what he was taught at Nishi Honganji. Okay? So maybe over 60 years ago, close to 60 years ago, there's a Iwanami publishing company in Japan, a very prominent publishing company, and they were going to publish a dictionary of Buddhist terms. Okay? So, as I was talking about Nishi and Higashi, we are Nishi, okay? And the Nishi Honganji perspective is that birth in the Pure Land comes after we die. Higashi says people attain birth in the Pure Land in this life. Okay? How can it be so different? So Reverend Yamada came, Higashi Honganji, in this life, right? He says this. So the publishing company, they wrote their definition, birth in the Pure Land, attainment in this life. Okay, and so there's an uproar from the Nishi Honganji side, saying, "What are you saying there?" No, our perspective is after you die, you attain the Pure Land. Okay, so all this debate and going back and forth. So finally, they rewrote the dictionary in the final version. According to the Higashi Honganji sect, birth in the Pure Land refers to attainment in this world. And according to the Nishi Honganji sect, it refers to attainment in the world after death. Okay? Does that make it clearer for you? Which one, right? But you have to decide. What do you think? What does it say? Okay? So when we're talking about a spiritual death, death is not necessarily just my physical body passing away. Okay, spiritual death of how we used to see things changing to how we see things in an enlightened way. So spiritual birth, the birth of a new self that is unencumbered by ego. Okay. More attuned to the ways of changing, okay, the flow of the universe. So when we read this, quite often, the three treasures, right? What does it say? Becoming units of true accord in the life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Okay, moving away from our ego-centered selfishness to be able to recognize, being in accord with the teachings, being in accord with the flow and the change of all things. Okay, in a spirit of universal oneness, that we are all equal and equivalent. Then we're not better than, we're not higher than, we're all equal. And this brings us to a position of humility, and we're able to share in compassion. Okay, we're not giving because I'm better and I'm the one who has things. We're giving because we're the same, right? And so it changes how we interact with the world, how we see the world. Okay, so when you read Buddhist text, when you listen to a speaker, try to catch that point. How did he say it, right? If a new minister comes here, he's going to say the Nishi position. Otherwise, he wouldn't have passed the exams, right? So you have a specific point of view, but maybe it will grow. I don't take Nishi or Honganji. To me, I'm taking the words of Shindan. And what did he say? What do his words say? I think that's a safer way to look at it than trying to pick teams, right? What did the founders say? And maybe the Nishi side is building their own position and maybe moving away from Shindan's position. I might think that. You decide. Okay. So when we read the three treasures, seems like a very basic teaching, but it's reminding us again and again and again how we are asked to see the world, how we are asked to interact with each other. Okay? Again, becoming units of true accord in a spirit, in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. So through our practice of Namo Amida Butsu, we are receiving the way to see the world and how to live this life fully. Okay? Not some second chance later on. Okay? This life fully. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei, for your powerful Dharma message and for helping us see the world more clearly. Now please stand for the Gatha Ondokusan on page 220. Thank you for those who helped with the altar preparations and with the service. Reverend Dennis. YouTube, Brian. Altar flowers, Jane. Organist, Lenny. And to those who brought refreshments. Are there any newcomers or visitors today? Oh, can you please stand and introduce yourself? Well, thank you for introducing yourselves. Is it Pamela and Emmy? Okay, well, we're so glad that you are here, and we hope you'll join us for refreshments afterwards. Let's see, for the announcements, next Saturday, July 19th, is our Obon Festival. Here is the schedule for that day. 5 p.m. and 5:30 p.m., we have talks by Reverend Dennis. At 5 p.m., there are food sales for burgers, hot dogs, and chicken wings. At 7 p.m., there is Obon dancing. Then on Sunday, July 20th, Hatsubon and Obon service at 1 p.m. This week, we have Obon dance practices on Tuesday and Thursday. That's July 15th and 17th from 7:30 to 9 p.m. And then the following Sunday, July 27th, we have a family service and Ask Reverend Dennis. Are there any other announcements? I have go ahead.
Yeah, the Hatsubon service on Sunday is a very important service for the families who have lost someone from the time of last year's Obon to this year's Obon. And we are fortunate, the size of our temple allows us to join together the Hatsubon service and the Obon service, kind of like our Shotsuki service when we have people who are honoring, recognizing someone they have lost, and others who haven't, but they're here to support. Many temples, larger temples, their list of Hatsubon families are so large that they separate the Hatsubon service and the Obon service. So maybe at 9 o'clock, the Hatsubon families will come and it fills their hondo, okay? And so there's no room for other people. So they'll have their separate service recognizing someone they have lost during that year. And then after that's concluded, then they'll have the regular Obon service. So I really appreciate how it's done here because we can incorporate and we can support each other in a very meaningful way. The plan for the Hatsubon service is to do a meditation walk. So it's going to be nice that we'll have service and then we're going to walk to leave the Hondo and to go to these stations that will be set up outside and in the courtyard, and then we'll enter back in to conclude the service. So it's a different type of service, incorporating a meditation walk, and so I think you'll enjoy it and appreciate it at the same time. Each stop, you do this singularly, separately, and at each stop you'll have maybe incense to burn or a king to ring and a reading to be read out loud, and then you go on to the next station. So it takes a little bit of time, but we all move and come back here. So it's going to be nice, hecka cool. Okay, and today, Enmanji, the temple I go to on the first Sunday of each month, they're having their bazaar. And so if you are free and willing to drive an extra hour, they, from 11 o'clock till 4 o'clock, they have their bazaar selling chicken and different goodies and sales going on. So I know a couple cars are going from this area, and probably time to make it after everything is done here as well. So their Obon is the following week. So their Obon is the same day as ours. So you can't go to that. But you can go to their bazaar today. Okay. Another thing I just noticed is that I got a Alameda Art and Wine Fair Festival that's going to be happening on the last weekend of the month. And because of that, parking is going to be difficult and streets are going to be blocked. So I'm not quite sure what we do. It's going to be a little more of a struggle to get close to the temple to park as we normally do. But I'll be here. So try your best to find a space and get in here. Okay? I don't know how the barriers will be going on that day, but we have 2 weeks to worry about that. So. Take Lincoln. Oh. Buena Vista. Okay. This has happened year after year, so yeah. Our old elder members know the secrets. Okay. Any other announcements? Anything else? I'll turn it back to
Thank you, Sensei. It is Birthday Sunday. We would like to celebrate those who have a birthday in the month of July. Anyone celebrating a birthday this month, please come up to Oshoko. Brian. Oh.